disappears and I'm left lying on the floor, but I still feel it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday, August 21st, 2016, and of course I gotta sneeze as soon as I press the unmute button. But that's how life is. Hello. Let's get on with this. So, yeah. Ooh, just so I don't, break anyone's eardrums. They're wearing earphones. So, when we left off last time, things were going mostly good, but something didn't work. I can't exactly remember what it was. There was a thing we just recently did with the UI, of course, but the setup of the rounds, I believe it was, didn't quite work as intended. So that's good. And this one, there. What was it again? Hey, Amir. Can't remember what it was. Let's go and look up the create game screen. Oh, has changed, right? So on tick, if it's changed. So combo box mode. Right. So I then need to go into my combo box settings. Close combo box here and have has changed default to true. Because by default it would have changed. Let's try this again. Already with the drop downs that didn't have a default selection set. Alright. Looks like it sorted itself out anyway. Well, anyway, so it's now default length has changed, so we can shell. Yeah, I love those bugs that fix themselves, right? Warning sign, warning sign, warning sign. Unreal projects, check it. AM for all objects, sorry, all files with a message. The combination of A and the combination of M. Right, so set of defaults for combo boxes and text. So this should actually be done now. Yeah, that's all kind of pointless. You're gone. So populate and set. See if this deleting of empty things works good. Okay. And really it should be the default from the server and always use the server, but in which case all we need to do is have the server game mode yeah, have it replicate down and on a notify, which means that something changed, change it. Which shouldn't ever actually happen because the dedicated server should always have it, so it shouldn't even matter for that. It'll just be on rep notify, which would only happen once when the server does the first replication to change it. So yeah, that should be fine, but we'll deal with that another time. Again, this is a beta, or not beta, it's proof of concept, like not even alpha, just proof of concept, right? So if broken, who cares? They're getting it for free. If I was charging something like this, and I was actually taking it, I hate to say taking it more seriously, but if I was actually like, if there's more weight behind it than just being like, hey, this is a cool game, watch my stream, then I'd probably do a more robust job than this. But I mean, even then, I'm doing a fairly robust job. I'm thinking of a lot of situations that a lot of people wouldn't. They'd be like, oh, just, you know, force a dedicated server to be the menu host. Boom, done, right? And then it'll be like, well, or force a server to be a menu host. And be like, boom, done. I'm like, well, what if it's a dedicated server? Are you gonna do the first person? Well, okay, then you have to do the first person. Now, what if the first person drops? Are you gonna make the server reset itself? Or are you going to, you know, like drop all connections? Or are you going to choose a new host? Well, if you do choose a new host, what does that mean, right? So I'm doing it a little bit more than I probably should, but for a proof of concept, but it's good. It'd be at least better, so. Right, all that's done. We might actually be able to move on with our lives and start working on something else. So now that the round is set up, we're having a, oh, we need to do on selections, right? We didn't actually do that yet. Oh no, we did. That's what we're trying to do. We need to do on selections. That's what we were working on last time. So here. No, it's not replicating. That was the issue. It wasn't that. It was, right. It's changed. Yeah, we didn't do the... that's what I need to do because I didn't set this here. So we do the... an event tick, switch menu host. If you're not the host, then update selection if the host has changed it. And we do that stuff here. But what we need to do is... Oh, what was it again? So if we get this text and it's different than the current selection, One tick acquires. So the problem is when we do a selection here on the widget, we don't actually set anything. So on selection, okay. Right, so, and then we had a request, didn't we, for a player controller? Get player controller, and then we're going to cast to base player controller. And let's actually move this up a little bit. So we can deal with this stuff here. So then cast there we do, what's it again? What do I even call it? Menu change mode. Oh, we can't do that because we need to know. Oh, right. Right, yes. Okay, so here we do set current selection. Set current selection as this. And then we need to then set has changed as true. So we set has changed as true, which tells our upstream create game that something has changed. So where is it? Our event graph. We should actually just close a bunch of things down. We don't need all these tabs open. Cleansing, right? So on tick, okay, so let's see what we're doing wrong here. Let's unhook. Let's move these down this side here. Then we're gonna do branch let's do mode first, because mode then map then preset, because that's, you know, here it'll be has changed. It'd be better if there was some kind of easy macro for this stuff. I mean, I could create a macro, but hello. But when you try to do chains of, ooh, my hair is going crazy today. Chain, didn't help. Change of any, I'm getting a haircut. Change of any nested properties. If you can just have it all be together, but yeah. So maybe somebody can do that. Okay. It'll be mode has changed. Ask and ye shall receive, I guess. Right. So if it's changed, then we're going to... Let's probably do this here, so we don't run up against the other one. So if it's changed, then we're going to get player controller, player controller, and then we're going to cast to base player controller, and then we're going to do server set mode, or server set mode. Player controller. Come on, you have these functions. Blueprint callable, category equals, and menu functions. Okay, sure. Then you change mode. There we are. Okay. There we are. So true here. I'm used to being able to grab and move in one calf sweep. So if it's changed, then we go and get mode, get mode, no. What did I call it? Current selection. There we are. Get current selection. Bingo. Okay. UI programming is not the funnest thing in the world, but whatever. Okay. My question is, can we just wait for it to update and then catch it on the next tick or a tick after? Or will it happen instantly? Or do we want to actually explicitly change that? But yeah, I'd say we should probably wait because it could be network traffic, right? So we'll catch it on a later trick. So route node. Route. In case you're wondering why I keep saying route, it's actually a joke. basically, I used to play for a Mountain Blade Warband game, and there was a bunch of Civil War reenactors and stuff like that, so whenever there's, like, you know, enemies coming at us, like, run away! So it's a bit of a meme of, like, 3 years. But anyway. Right, so let's see if this works. Now this should work. There we are. Cool. So it changes the selections here, but doesn't change the selections there because I haven't updated that yet. What's my opinion on the Xeon E5 2360 V4? V4, I believe, would be it'd probably be Haswell, I believe, right? Could be Broadwell, I think. Anyway, so let's look it up. The last stream Firefox instance. Intel E5 2630 V4. So probably ARC will come up there, yeah. So launched just a little while ago, so that's good. So that would probably be Broadwell E then. If you want 1.5 TB of RAM, that's your processor now. It's probably pretty good. 40 lanes of PCIe. That's actually a really good processor. For $600. Yeah. Was that the one you showed me earlier, the T5810? Because I had it in my other Firefox instant looking at. Broadwell E. That's kind of good. I mean, the CPU clock speed is going to be fairly slow, so it depends on what you're going to be doing. Oh, it wasn't? Okay. So it's going to be fairly slow for, I mean, not that bad, but, you know, fairly slow for one thread, but you have 20 threads, so you're doing pretty good. What's its thermal? TDP. 85. Yeah. Good on you. I mean, you're not going to be starving for PCI Express lanes. So if you want to add in a bunch of video cards and stuff like that, that's good. It actually looks pretty good for a server processor. I am a bit concerned about the memory channel options. That being said, I mean, servers can take really dense memory chips. Actually, let's see what's the densest memory chips there can be. So registered DDR4 newegg.com. There we are. 16 gigabyte DIMM. Yeah, so 337. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but hey, Stone Killer, what's up? So yeah, it looks like it's you know, that 64 gigabytes of memory. So one of the things I really don't like about a lot of processors, I really like having a lot of RAM. Maybe because I do a lot of video work and stuff like that, or light map calculations. That one's gonna kill you if you if you've seen some of the older streams before we started archiving them and putting them on YouTube because we didn't listen to music at the time. I didn't know how to use OBS, so whatever. It's not important, but when I had 16 gigabytes of RAM, there was some things that just would not work, right? So I went up to 32. That's good. So I mean, I'm pretty focused on having a lot of RAM options, just because of the things I do. If it doesn't affect you, it's fine. But even still, you can fit 64 gigabytes kits in there, maybe even more. Let's see here. So what's the most dense chips they have? Oh, they can do 132 now. So let's filter by 32. I mean, if you want to pay $700 or $1,000, but yeah, no, it can, yeah. So it should be able to take care of that. Yeah, so yeah, good. I mean, it looks good. It'll have a lot of PCI Express lanes. Actually, it's pretty interesting for that. Something I should consider for myself. Okay, so all that aside, let's now break the link here. And then we will kind of copy this all again. And yeah. But instead of this, we'll have the modus change. It'll be has changed. It has changed, but instead of this, it will be on name of map. Oh, sorry. The map combo box. There we are. And I'm actually not gonna collapse it. There. Wasn't really saving me much after all. But instead of mode here and mode here, we're going to do map here. And then menu change map. Didn't compile, why? Oh, whoops, that's why. Okay. Again, this is all proof of concept, so it's not like it's going to be all that important. Come on. That's good, okay. There we are. There we are. Should be about right, okay. Now we're gonna have to redo this again. And let's actually deselect this. Routes. Actually, it's funny because as I said that is when people from that group came in. I don't know, maybe when I say route, it's like a calling for them. I don't know why I that's weird. Huh. So a little visual glitch there. Or it's kind of coming in from the top. And that'll be preset. Menu change preset. There we are. Okay, and then we can okay, that was really confused. Yeah, let's put that up here. Is there actually any limit to the number of spaces you can move over? Huh. Okay, so let's save this, and I do need to change some things, but yeah. So CDF chessboard 1v1, cross streams 1v1. Oh, so that's a problem. I didn't actually update this. So on selection, I need to then do the update. So menu change mode. Not there, it's on here. So it has changed there, and then we need to then do, oh, we can't even do that, crap. True. Oh, because we don't actually call those again, right. So let's see, populate map combo box. And then, all right, and the C++ code that we have here, if this is not valid, then we just select the first one. Okay. So why isn't that being called? Is our player controller not using the mini set helper? Should be. I mean, I thought that's what we just did, right? So maybe our problem's in this code here. So change mode implementation, change map implementation. Select mode's request, okay, so. This is very spaghetti code, as you can tell, which is not nice, but whatever. Oh, by the way, so people who have been following the, I was talking about animation work I was working on, mentioned last week that it's going to be published on Tuesday, give or take. We're not quite sure yet, but yeah, so it's looking like it is going to be published on Tuesday. So all the framework is done. It's just basically up to my boss adding a little bit extra to the video on the wrap and uploading it to YouTube, so it should be done. So if you want to see what's hopefully going to be a ongoing series of computer hardware, then check out my Twitter first off, because it'll probably be announced there, but also PC Perspective, pcper.com, pcper.com, and see you then. So the video is going to be about managing memory with multiple graphics cards. So if you have multiple graphics cards together, then let's say you have two 4GB cards. Can you store more than 4 GB of game data you can, but there's trade-offs, and I'm outlining what those trade-offs are, and I'm showing it visually as well. So it's gonna be a pilot episode. So yeah, look out for Tuesday. Unless something changes, it may slip a day or come back a day. Who knows? Should be Tuesday though. Selected map should be list of maps 0. So what am I doing wrong? So acquire selected mode. So we're setting the current selection on the mode to that. I think maybe the problem is I'm doing inbound and outbound at the same time. Or just I haven't done this yet. Oh, is that the problem? I haven't just done this yet? Okay, that could be the problem. Luckily, whatever system will have dual graphics cards, one being the host, the other being for VM pass-through. Nice, yeah, so that's another thing that people do as well is virtualizing video cards is a really difficult task. So a lot of times what they do, especially on Linux, Windows, I'm not really sure how you'd really accomplish this, but apart from, like, I'm talking about Linux and the host, not on the guests. The guests are simple, they just take what they're given. But on the hosts, through, I think it's X Windows, you can actually X off, you can actually, like, you know, disable graphics cards. And when you do that, you can then, on a virtual machine, assign it to that virtual machine. So that virtual machine will have access to that card. NVIDIA and AMD have been trying to, and I think Intel probably too, to some extent, have been trying to virtualize the graphics in a more robust way, like actually be able to segment it off into multiple devices. There's a big push around it during the Maxwell time, like before Maxwell launched. Haven't heard of it since. It's funny because Gabe Newell, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago at this point, said that that was going to be one of the big parts of Steam in-home streaming when he was talking at CES, is that Maxwell's going to build support for that. So, hey, it'd be kind of cool if you'd have, as a video gamer, one high-end computer in the basement, and a whole bunch of devices, be it Steam streaming boxes, Steam Stream, you know, it's like Steam Link or whatever, or tablets or other PCs that just don't have a good video card, and have all the processing be done in the basement. So if you want to play multiplayer, as long as the PC in the basement has enough power to power all of the other devices in the house you want to play, minus the ones that are smart enough to do it themselves. Like if you have a high-end gaming PC and a server that can do it, well then you can have two PCs. You get the idea. How much experience do I have with this stuff? What stuff are we talking about, Joel? Joel GOTY? Is that Game of the Year? Or is that part of a name or something? So when it comes to making, like, programs, I mean, so one thing is that programming is not my degree. My degree was in physics. I have another degree in education, but that's even this. So Unreal, okay. So for the most part, I've mostly kind of jumped in on Unreal Engine 4. I have done Unreal Engine 2 and Unreal Engine 3 mods, but I'm really kind of pushing myself for the last 2 years into Unreal Engine 4. I did, to make something in Unreal for Unreal Tournament 3, I had a map. It didn't work out so well. I had an interesting map. It was basically capture the flag. But, so you know Facing Worlds? If you know Unreal Tournament, Facing Worlds map is one of the most popular ones that capture a flag. I made a map that was very similar to that, except it had 2 buildings on the side as well. And the idea is that, like Facing Worlds, is base to base, and you have to capture the flag and so forth. But there's very limited weapons in these bases. Most of the weapons are on 2 side buildings, mostly the 1 side building. And the idea is that, and also in the center, there was a hook. It was called Skyhook. There was a column that separated out, and there's a flat can in the middle there. So, and there was jump pads that made you go there. So it was a bit quicker to get from base to base. But the reason why, like, and you think Facing Worlds is pretty quick, so why would that be good? Well, the idea is that the 2 bases have the flag points, and one of the side buildings doesn't have a whole lot of weapons in it, but it has a onslaught node, or a warfare node in Unreal Tournament 3. And the idea is if you capture that, which I wasn't able to make it work because they really locked the C++ down to only working in warfare mode, so I couldn't access that in Unreal Engine 3. So I was just using a switch. I could have re-implemented myself, but it was for a competition, so I was like, you know what, a button will work, whatever. So if you control this building, a shield goes over your flag. So it doesn't matter how quickly they can access your base, they'll go into an energy shield, they can't get past it, right? So that's kind of the way to balance. So you have the 2 bases. You have to get the flag from their base to your base, because capture flag. And you had 3 main paths. You can either go through the build, well, 4 main paths. You can either go through a building, go through a floating platform. You can go through the other building, the atrium, through floating platforms. You could jump pad to the center, drop off, and run, or you can take the front door and, you know, the path that goes between the 3 of them. Which I actually had some images of what it was. I do, but let's see if I can find one. So instead of just describing it. It's a bit ugly because it was a, you know, it was a get it done sort of thing. Whole lot of yeah. Yeah, it was kind of ugly. This is the top down. Here. Okay, so here we are. There. So this was the top-down view of the map. Let's try and make it a little prettier than this, but you know. So you had 2 teams against each other, and then you had this building, which is supposed to be an office building, but it was kind of rushed through, which had a Redeemer on the top and a bunch of other like rocket launchers and stuff. So the idea is that you would, and there was on the side of the buildings here, there was floating platforms going from here to here, and from here to back there. Actually, you can see the floating platform down there. And this is where the warfare node was, and this is the weapons. So you could either go left and get a bunch of weapons. You can either go right, go into the atrium, and see a bunch of, like, you know, it was a kind of an atrium cafe, and you can capture the node, or you can go to enemy base. And there's jump pads from here to there. I can show it a bit better here. So this is the shields. So you kind of walk in, and if the atrium is captured, the little white light here would turn the team color, showing everyone in the map because of sight lines. You could kind of everywhere could see it from there, showing who captures it, and whoever captures it, you can't get their flag. I mean, if their flag's already gone, then sorry, but you can't get their flag otherwise because it's just blocking you. Sorry, right? You have to then capture the node, or wait for the flag bearer to come and get ready to capture themselves. So, yeah, it would reset then. Otherwise, it was 2v2, so you had a bunch of these kind of movement patterns. And if it's on power play, then the flag's in here is the teleporter up there. And then the jump pad came out, so you'd have other of these too. And I try to do these little kind of green... this was a long time ago. This was 2000. Well, they did it in 2007, right? So, no, it was sorry, it was summer 2008. So I mean, I've gotten a lot better at this since then. But I think I'll see the this entire column would actually rotate around the level as a ring. And put these little energy fields behind it, which I kind of stole from another, well, it was an Unreal Tournament asset. It wasn't, like, it was Epic's asset. They let us use it, but, or did I? Or did I make that myself? No, I think I made that with Filter Forge. Yeah. So actually I did make that. I thought it was from, because I wasn't sure if I used it from, made my own, or if I used the one from, what map was that? It was a Leandry map, one of the default ones from Unreal Tournament 3. Because I know I was going back and forth on using them. I think actually the one I used was the one I made, but I could be wrong. And there's these big, you know, paddles here for the shield, so... The world's kind of suspended up and hanging from a giant ring which spins around and casts a shield around it. And then there's these 4 paddles all linking down to the column, which goes down to the surface of the planet of some sort. So you're all in the column, holding up like this, ring spinning, and dangling down from the center of the ring. And so the world kind of spins around and stuff like that. So it was an interesting concept. I didn't pull it off in time because novice, right? But yeah, so I did some Unreal Tournament 3 mods, but Check-It's what I'm really kind of going in. And if someone hasn't seen the Check-It yet, let's show them what I'm making. Let's actually start with the new version. So I was gonna show the Game Jam version again, but let's just show the new version for now. So you create a game based on whatever map you want. And let's have it be Team 1, Team 2 like usual. So the player spawns here. And the AI is over here. They can do whatever they want. It's like chess, but it's design levels, so you don't have, you know, all this. And they decide to kill my knight because I put it in range to be killed. Now I'm going to move my king in range to be killed by the queen, so it's going to die. And now I have no control over here, so I have to... so the control range is all around the range of the king. So I had a king there and a king over there. So now I can move my queen within range of this, and you get the idea. And this allows for maps that have corridors and stuff like that. So one of the better designed maps, which is kind of the reason why I still keep checking around, like the Game Jam version. This is the chessboard map. Show you a little bit more of what I'm going for, but the better idea is cross streams. So here we have a map that's 64 by 64. Where's a moat around a medieval kind of village. I'm probably going to do a more solid shaded aesthetic. But yeah, so the AI spawns here, the player spawns over here, and they have the choice of either pushing into the town or moving their king slowly to the side to add more control until the knights get in range, and then I can move the knights. So here we're going to have the knight go in range once the turn is calculated. So I can move this knight. Can't move this knight because it's out of range. So if I move one more, I'll be fine. But let's say I just move this one first. And then I move my king over. Then now I can move it, or I can move this anywhere else, and so forth. You get the idea. So eventually I move it up, and I can move in here. But since I took so many turns moving the knights over, if the AI was smart, it now can either grab the knights of its own, or push into town and pressure me, or push into town and block me from here so they can get more like bishops and stuff from the cathedral that was going to be over here, or rush and get to the palace over here and get more you know, queens and stuff. So that's kind of the idea behind it. Okie dokie. Whoops. Request new mode. Oh, right, I already did that. Crap. Well, then what did I need to do then? I am very confused. Okay. So the problem is, okay, so when we click this, when you select this, it should remove chessboard because CTF is not a valid game for chessboard. Okay. Okay, I think I know what I need to do now. Okay, so now let's unhook this. And let's move all of these. Down there. Let's break link. So now what we need to do is we need to do, and eventually this should work. I mean, mode should never work, but let's just do it anyway, because if it works, it works. No. No. Oh, because they don't... What the... Okay. Oh, only if changed, right. Right, okay, so that's good. Good. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Here, and then, so in that case, we'll do grab and grab. Here, and then there. And before we put too much concern into it, let's make sure it actually works. And then preset here. Okay, to be consistent, I'll put it in there. Whatever. Okay. Because that's not going to work because that's not done yet. Crap. Oh wait, Siege is the one I can't do, so yeah, so Siege cross-board. The chessboard shouldn't work. CDF is fine, CDF can be on chessboard. Oh, that's weird, it's not streaming this. Oh, because it's not possible, right, thing is, I need to design this a lot more decoupled than I have been. Let me. So let's unhook. Move this to up. This side there. So this is going fine. That's fine. That's fine. So what we need is on tick. Let's think this algorithm through. So on tick, we need to go through the menu helper, because that's going to be the authoritative list of what we can use for that stuff. So if anything changed, we need to grab it from that. So So populate map combo box. So we're storing a state here of this. So what we need to do is we need to see if for some reason the acquire state is there and different. And the acquire state already changes that for us, right? So we set name of mode. Okay, so this does what we need. So, and then on change, we need to then deal with it. So here, I have 2 links to the event graph. Okay, so on tick, acquire selected mode. So in, if it's changed, then we need to populate the new combo boxes. So we need to do this. And then we need to repopulate the combo boxes. Okay, that's it. So when it's changed here, and we need to populate the combo boxes. So we need to populate the map combo box. And we need to populate the preset combo box. And then here we do a route. And then we need to do acquired selected mode. And then and populate does it from the Amazing Helper, yes, okay. So boom, boom, boom. Actually, I don't need to do that, so boom and boom. Name of map. Acquire selected map, sorry. Oh, Mir says. So what's O? There. So then name of map. But yeah, Dell, it will have a Quadro K2200, which is on par with a GTX 750 Ti. The K2200 is the lower end of the Kepler line. So NVIDIA does, I believe, K1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, and 6000. And 6 is their high-end one. 5 is usually the next generation down. So 6 would be the in the K would be GK110. 5, I believe, would be GK104 still. So 2 goes way down from that. So yeah, it's funny actually. I used to when I had a GeForce FX 5700, I actually soft modded it to a Quadro, which was a Quadro FX 1100, I believe. And the benefit of that, what was good for programs like Maya and stuff that you want to do that, it would slow down your games a little bit because you wouldn't get the GeForce modifications of it. Unless it's Bros NURMS, in which case it would make it faster because GeForce modifications made the game slower. To the point where Gearbox actually said, rename the application because NVIDIA is screwing with us. They've since been, hammered out, but whatever. And what was I gonna say after that? Oh, and it was also good for CRT monitors because for some reason it made my picture so much clearer. I don't know why. I think it's not gonna affect LCD monitors, but yeah, Quadros looked really good compared to the GeForce cards, and it's the exact same card. I just have to change the driver after I modded it, of course. widget host combo box map. No, no. Bingo. For that line, there's 3 tiers. GM 107. I think I mean GK 107 because Maxwell would be the M line of Quadros, I believe. It's possible I'm doing this incorrectly as well, and that I need to check to stay here, which I'm not doing in here, but I think I'm doing it right. Save. Oh, and I also need to call these, so then I'll just call request new mode. Here. So request new mode. Bingo. Bingo, and then request new map. Oh, because I didn't do that yet. Okay, so oh, just barely got room to do this. Okay. So now we do a route node. There and there. So let's see if this works. Battle chessboard that. So on Siege, cross streams is the only option. PvP is the only option. And set here, player attacks. CTF is confused. Whatever, it's gonna ship it. Whatever, close enough. I could fix the bug, but at this point it's a demo. I'll fix it later. So to do fix selections when impossible. Whatever. So let's try this again. This one Siege, cross streams, there we are. Now if we go back. Whatever, this guy said it again. Good enough, ship it. Let's actually close down the editor. Or get commit AM. Mostly fix selections. It relates to my comment, oh well, ship it. Okay. Very good advertising for it. We've been almost going for an hour and a half. We just fixed something. So next what we need to do is on map change. Oh, now we gotta make it even more nested in this crap. Ah, crap. Post on free nose isn't safe for Twitch. Okay, then. So the next thing we need to do is handle the spawn list here so we can actually, you know, add players to it. That's a big task, and we're about 15 minutes early. Particularly since we have a problem with this. You know what? We're done for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.